Hey dudes, recently there's been a lot of speculation over what type of camera Blackmagic Design will release next, when it will be announced, how it will be designed, its feature set, and how much it will cost. And while I find this conversation very intriguing to have with you all, there is one telltale sign of what may be released in the upcoming weeks. So let's get into it. We live in strange times. Technology is advancing almost too fast for our industry to keep up with. It's like every other day there's a new doodad, camera or gadget, when all we want as cinematographers is a solid, reliable and rentable camera that we can afford, which is why so many of us are switching to Blackmagic Design and their line of cinema cameras, bringing us to why we are here today. We are all waiting to see what Blackmagic Design announces next. NAB was a bust, we online experts got it wrong, but something did happen at NAB that could validate my last prediction video. In fact, for one camera, I could be spot on. If you haven't seen that video, you can watch it up here. Otherwise, here's a quick summary. History has shown us that Blackmagic Design likes to recycle parts and components. This saves them a lot of R&D money, minimizes their exposure to supply chain issues, allows them to buy components in bulk, which aids in creating high quality, low cost products for us to buy, use, and love. Blackmagic Design already has the parts for a 4K Pocket Pro, as they have already completed that design with the 6K Pro. So the next logical camera to update is the Ursa Mini Pro 12K with a G2 model. And as I indicated in my last video, one simple upgrade could provide a huge increase in frame rates or accommodate the jump from 12-bit to 16-bit RAW recording, all which could happen with minimal camera redesign or factory retooling, thus keeping the Ursa Mini Pro 12K relevant and price competitive. And that's highly likely to happen. So what am I talking about exactly? Well, this. The switch from CFast to CFexpress Type B media cards, which could provide much faster read-write speeds, a higher sustainable bandwidth for say 16-bit RAW, and possibly double the current 12K frame rates. But how do I know this for sure? Well, I don't, but in recent months, both Angelbird and Exascend have released 12K compliant CFexpress Type B cards onto the market. This is stated very clearly on both companies' product pages. As there is only one camera currently with a 12K sensor, I think we can logically deduce the transition to a G2 version of the 12K Ursa Mini Pro using CFexpress Type B cards. To further this, Exascend's new Nitro CFexpress cards are both labelled with a 12K RAW logo on their casing, and also Angelbird advertises this on their webpage. Exascend's new cards have a sustained read-write speed of 1850 and 1700 megabytes per second, which if true, is incredible. But I prefer OEM brands like Angelbird. I don't like buying anything that's been restickered. And as Angelbird is the only OEM company currently advertising 4TB 12K compliant CFexpress Type B cards with data recovery, if Blackmagic Design does release the 12K Ursa Mini Pro G2, I know where I'll be shopping. These cards are the future, and Blackmagic Design is one of the only companies left who haven't adopted this media format. Now I'm rooting for Blackmagic Design as a company, and I hope that I'm not wrong about my 12K Ursa Mini Pro G2 prediction. But if I am, no matter. I would be stoked to see a Blackmagic Design cinema camera akin to a Red Komodo with a 12K sensor. I mean, can you imagine that? Using CFexpress cards, retaining that super fast 8K sensor readout speed, RAW, maybe an RF or L mount for lens choice flexibility, maybe an internal electronic variable ND, better I/O than the pocket camera, and switching over to the newer B-mount battery system for longer run times, all in a smaller form factor, but still retaining the same ease of use of Blackmagic Design cameras, their great color science, and affordability. The question is this: if this happens, where does this leave the pocket line of cameras? A small cube camera would be in direct competition with the Pocket series, whereas historically Blackmagic Design has kept their cinema cameras very well segmented. What I can say is that Blackmagic Design has a 4 to 5 year refresh cycle, so the Ursa Mini design is set to be revamped. And with companies like Angelbird and Exascend labelling media cards as 12K compliant, could the writing be on the wall? Whether this means a cube-style camera or a simple upgrade to the existing design, we can all agree that the benefits CFexpress Type B cards can provide is indisputable. And if the design on the outside does stay the same, there are many improvements that Blackmagic design can improve internally to increase dynamic range, processing speed, signal-to-noise ratios, color fidelity, to-the-cloud streaming, internal wireless transmissions. The list goes on because yes, Blackmagic design will be trying to please our insatiable need for something more for our money. I know I can't wait to see what happens at the next trade show, as other companies have already started to launch new cameras. Canon has announced the R7 and R10, and after years of delay, Arri is finally launching their new Alexa Mini on the 30th of May. Canon will no doubt drop a replacement of some kind to either the C200 or C700 coming soon. Red will no doubt have the V-Raptor XL out and about. Kinfinity is already shipping the Mavo Edge 8K. Sony's recent release of the Venice 2 has stolen the crown from the Arri LF, which leaves us with Blackmagic Design's lineup of cinema cameras. So what do you think Blackmagic Design is going to release? I'd really like to know what you guys are hoping for. I'm pretty sure Blackmagic Design will see the comments in this video, so be polite and let them know what you need in your next cinema camera. And with that guys, I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.